Please rise and remove your hats for the national anthem and meet our performer for the day. Today's national anthem singer comes to us through the Phoenicia Festival of the Voice. Dennis Yeri is a local music composer, vocalist, and keyboard player who has performed and sung around the world from India to Italy, Finland, and the Soviet Union. He grew up in Shandaken and now resides in West Shokin. Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Yeri.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Today's Seacoast United Phantoms starting 11. Stanley Alves, Edmilson Barros, Andre Bernardini, Kyle Brewster, Rodrigo Goncalves, Vincent Gonzalez, Emmanuel Smith, Mikhail Kabala, Abdul Kadir Haji, Noah Murphy, and Nathan Shanko. Your Stockade FC starting 11. Number 4, Dylan Williams. Number 7, Corey Phillips. Number 8, Matt Kozel. Number 9, Michael Kreswick. Number 11, Eric Fortier. Number 12, Dave Giddings. Number 14, Joe Bogart. Number 17, our captain Jamal Liss Simmons. Number 18, Aldo Tropiano. Number 20, Phil Barrett. And number 24, Mattel Anasta. With head coach George Visvari, assistant coach Rory Becker, goalkeeping coach Chuck Wilder, and player personnel Dan and Nick Hoffe. Enjoy the match.
Go. Hello, welcome to Dietz Stadium. Today we've got Kingston Stockade FC. hosting Seacoast United Phantoms. Seacoast is actually playing 2 men down today, and they don't have anyone on the bench. So this could be / should be an interesting one for the home side. But we'll see how this goes. Strong lineup out there for Stockade. Michael Creswick and Corey Phillips up top. It basically looks like, even though Stockade's been wrestling with injuries lately, we've got a pretty much full complement of players out there. So again, hopefully this is going to be well, we'll see. I don't want to jinx it. But again, 2 men down for the entire match and no subs. This could be tricky for the visitors, to say the least. Williams with the ball, puts it out to Barrett on the left. Back to Williams. Goes cross field to Bogart. Holds it up at right back, tries to thread it through. Phillips looks for Tropiano. You have to excuse me if I'm a little out of breath. I pretty much just ran up the steps to get here. We're running a little bit late. There was traffic on 84, so already Stockade starting to threaten. And Seacoast, I mean, rightfully should be playing on the back foot for most of the match. Goes into Creswick. Heavy touch, out of bounds over the goal line. So we've got a goal kick for Seacoast. Seacoast has it out to the left. Plays it back. Williams controls it in the middle. Goes through to Fortier. Nice overlap run from Tropiano. Goes to his left foot. Maybe should have looked for the cross there. Trickles back to the Seacoast goalkeeper. But again, this potentially could be a long afternoon for the visitors. To start out 2 men down is just not an ideal scenario, and I think it's going to play a role in how they're going to handle this mentally. It's going to be hard for them to push forward, but again, we'll see how they respond. Barrett out left, back to Matt Kozel. Plays it far wide to Joe Bogart. Threads it through to Corey Phillips. Swings it to Williams. He's got Barrett overlapping on the left if he wants him. Plays it out. Look for the cross from Barrett. Slight miss hit, goes behind the goal for another goal kick for the visitors. Phantoms rightfully taking their time on the reset. They're in no hurry to put the ball back in play, understandably. Goal kick to midfield. Flicked over the Stockade defense, but Barrett plays it back to Chesney. Out wide to Bogart. Plays a nice long ball to Aldo Tropiano. Can't quite beat the Seacoast defender. Matalanasta collects it. Barrett plays it back into Williams. Williams to Fortier. Swings it wide to Tropiano again. 48 turns. Well defended by Seacoast. Captain Jamal Simmons collects it, swings it back out wide to Barrett. Stockade's finding a lot of space out wide, understandably so far. Beautiful through ball from Williams into Cresswick. Oh, the referee. Offsides on Creswick. It's a close one. And again, a nice ball from Williams. He's really been just such a key this season in terms of being the guy who links up defense to offense. Very talented with the ball. One of those players that can beat defenders off the dribble and doesn't make too many mistakes. Really been such a key player for Stockade this season. Feeds it back into Williams. Bogart making the overlapping run. Williams finds him. He's got plenty of space on the right side. Serves across, but again, it's probably a third wayward cross for Stockade at this point. It's early in the match. If they can start putting those into some dangerous areas, then could be a long afternoon for Seacoast. Simmons collects it. Well defended from Bogart. Pokes it back out. Seacoast has the ball in midfield. Tries to play a through ball. Barrett's there for it. Kozel plays it out wide to Anasta. Anasta's got some speed. He should look to carry it until there. Kozel from center back makes the overlapping run on the left. Now served up to Phillips. Phillips can't quite find the ball. Seacoast collects it. Well defended by Phillips to recover. Anasta makes a run through. A little bit of contact there. Foul on Anasta. The Seacoast defender was shielding the ball and tried to go through him. The score at this point is still 0-0 in the 8th minute. Again, if you just tuned in, the visitors, Seacoast United Phantoms, are playing 2 men down from the get-go and have no one on the bench. So this could be an opportunity, to say the least, for Stockade. It's extremely difficult to play 2 men down, let alone start out the match that way, let alone knowing that you don't have any subs. Although it would be pretty unwise of them if they did have subs and didn't play them at this point. But Seacoast with the free kick. They are throwing a few men forward. Serves it to the left side of the box. Foul on Seacoast. Fortier goes down. Seems to be in a bit of pain. The trainers are being called on at this point. So Eric Fortier again is the player down on the pitch, from Pleasant Valley, New York, and played in college at SUNY Oneonta. One of the many local kids on the team, local products. Stockade this season been struggling a little of late, admittedly, but again, what you see out there is truly a product of local soccer and of Hudson Valley, which I think is really a point of pride for everyone involved with this team, that we're trying to really forge that connection between the players, the fans, the coaches, everything. It's been a local product, and it's been really encouraging to see when they have hit those high points. I think it's something that speaks well of the soccer in the region, which might be surprising to some people who don't know this is a pretty strong area in terms of the soccer that is produced. I'm Randy Kim. I'm the general manager of the team. I'll be calling the match fee today. Probably should have opened up with that. We're in the 10th minute. The score is still scoreless. Just had a foul called on Seacoast United Phantoms. Looks like 48 is being helped off the pitch. The fans give him a nice round of applause. We'll see if Stockade head coach George Visvari chooses to make a substitution. It looks like Nick Von Egypt will be coming on from Hopewell Junction, New York. We're going to have to wait a few minutes. So at this point, Stockade is only playing one man up. Seacoast United playing two men down for the match. Williams with the giveaway. Seacoast goes for the chip from about 30 yards out. Not the worst idea. Steven Skonechki was off his line a little bit, but chip went wide. But again, given the circumstances, Seacoast is really going to have to take any opportunities they get on the day, and not a horrible idea to try and just throw one in and see if you can get lucky on one of those. They're probably going to be looking more for free kicks and corner kicks today, try and poke one in that way, and then hopefully sit back and defend. You know, at this point, the pressure really is on Stockade a little bit to make the most of this situation. They're going to have plenty of ball possession today and plenty of time to create some things. It's just going to be a little bit tricky, you know, when the visitors are packed in tightly. Matt Kozel with the ball. Looks for Creswick. Sorry, Von Egypt over the top. Seacoast throw in. Flicked over the top. Kozel collects it. Again, Matt Kozel normally plays in the middle of the pitch, but today lining up at center back. Been a few injuries for Stockade, and he's one of those players that just incredibly steady, incredibly talented defender. Can kind of put him anywhere on the pitch. Very good on free kicks as well. But looking to play it safe a little bit today and see if we can just keep them out of net. So ball played over the top. Simmons heads it out wide to Barrett. Plays it back to Simmons. Barrett, left back, collects it to Dylan Williams. Finds Anasta with a nice ball. Anasta with the hesitation move. Nice tackle from Seacoast. Williams collects it. It's back out to Bogart. It's Williams. Williams with some nice dribbling. Finds Anasta out wide on the right. Plays it in. Nick Von Egypt. Can't quite find the back of the net. Decent save from the Seacoast goalkeeper, but there's the first real chance for Stockade. Barrett collects it on the left. Sends in a nice cross. Corey Phillips cannot quite find the back of the net. Sends it a little bit wide on the header, but again, a very nice ball from Barrett. Nice combination from Stockade in general, putting some pressure on the visitors. Goal kick for Seacoast United. Seacoast goalkeeper has it. Plays it long, the left side of the pitch, goes out of bounds. Not sure if you can hear the drummers in the background. That's Pook, P-O-O-K, the percussion orchestra of Kingston. They've been such a huge part of the atmosphere here at Dietz Stadium all season. Really just been tremendous in terms of generating atmosphere and getting the fans excited. It's great to have them here and great to hear them again. Von Egypt tries to play it through the middle, finds Williams. Williams through ball to Corey Phillips. Barrett has it. Nice through ball. Dylan Williams with, I believe is offsides. That was offsides. Dylan Williams looked to time his run pretty well, but again, the linesman was there to make the call. But this is Stockade threatening. They've now had 3 very good chances in the last minute or two. It's still scoreless in the 15th minute. Simmons clears. Tropiano, right midfielder, collects it, turns. Finds Phillips. Sends it out wide to Nick Von Egypt. Can't quite get there. It's going to be a goal kick to Seacoast. Again, if you just joined, Seacoast United Phantoms visitors are playing 2 men down to start the match. Obviously have no substitutions. So this tilts heavily in favor of the home side, who could use a win after having a rough run of form lately. Stockade lost 2-0 to Boston City FC away on Wednesday night. And Stockade plays again tomorrow at 5 p.m. against Brooklyn Italians. Anasta finds Von Egypt, can't quite collect the ball. Corey Phillips has it, finds the back of the net. It's a goal for Stockade in the 17th minute. Corey Phillips. Nick Von Egypt deserves some credit there for losing the ball initially, but then closing down on the man and making sure to follow through with the pressure. And finds Corey Phillips for a goal. Kingston Stockade goal. Number 7, Corey Phillips. So that makes it 1-0 for Stockade in the 17th minute. Nice move there from the Seacoast player. Flicks it through. Dangerous situation here. Quick counter for Seacoast. Really created off of a tricky move in the middle of the pitch. It's not how Stockade would ideally respond to getting that first goal. You don't want to give this team hope as they're playing 2 men down. You'd think that now they're going to buckle down on defense once again and really look to keep Stockade out of the goal. Seacoast United goal, number 16. Phillips finds Anasta, takes a shot from distance. Puts it on goal, but the goalie's there to collect, not the hardest save he's going to have to make all day. So again, after Stockade went up, Seacoast was extremely quick to counter. It's now 1-1 in the 19th minute. Williams sends it into Phillips. Outside of the foot, plays it wide to Nick Von Egypt, collects it, looks to make some space. Finds Barrett again. He's been good with those in-swinging crosses. Anasta collects it. Nice move. Barrett again. Finds Phillips. Can't quite collect the ball. Well defended from Phillips to play it, make the run back and track back. Tropiano has it out wide, plays it to Williams. Williams. Phillips again with some solid defending from the top. The shot goes, he drags the shot wide left, but again, some decent tracking from the Burley forward up top. He is a physical trainer at Gold's Gym in Poughkeepsie. And it shows on the pitch. He's really one of those players that you can put up top, and I don't think any defender likes to see him bearing down on them when they've got the ball. It's a plus for Stockade to have him putting pressure from the top. Barrett plays it out wide to Von Egypt. Redirects it with his chest. Tries to play it into Creswick. Kozel has it. Phil Barrett plays it to Anasta. Plays it out wide. Seacoast throw in. Score is 1-1 in the 21st minute. Seacoast has it out wide on the right. Tricky move from number 6 from the visitors. Anasta tracks back. Creswick has it. Finds Phillips out wide on the left. Phillips can't beat his man off the dribble. Seacoast collects it. Plenty of space in front of him. Offsides on Seacoast, but Williams carrying it through the midfield. He's getting room to operate. Oh, that's a penalty. Foul called. Williams really showing some great footwork there to beat his defenders. Spot kick for the home side. Matt Kozel steps up to take it. It's not all that often you have your center back taking your penalty kicks, but Kozel's someone who usually plays in the center of the pitch. Very talented central midfielder. Dropped back today for the good of the side that's suffering through some injuries. Beautiful spot kick from Matt Kozel. Strikes it off the post. That's really well placed. I don't think there's anything any goalkeeper could have done with that one, to be honest. Really beautiful penalty kick from Matt Kozel. Stockade goal, number 8, Matt Kozel. It's now 2-1 to Stockade, the 23rd minute. Let's see if they can really buckle down on defense this time. In case you just joined, Stockade went up 1-0 in about the 16th minute and allowed Seacoast to bring the ball right down the middle of the pitch and score to tie it up. But Stockade has now pulled ahead 2-1. And in case you just joined as well, the visitors, Seacoast United Phantoms, are playing 2 men down. Obviously no substitution, so this is a situation that Stockade ideally would be able to take advantage of. McVon Egypt collects it out left, plays Creswick through, finds him, he's got plenty of space to operate. Puts a shot on goal, goalkeeper saves it, but doesn't really clear it. So Seacoast does a decent job of collecting it and getting it to safety. Kozel's pulling up. Looks like Simmons was there. Kozel's motioning that he needs to come off. This is really unfortunate for the home side. He's been such a key part of everything this team has done this season. This is not a good sign. It looked like he pulled up while trying to track back on defense. I don't want to speculate, but sometimes when you see someone pull up like that, it can mean a hamstring. Oh, okay. Kozel being helped off. Looks like Jeff Payne will be coming on. Stockade substitution. Number 13, Jeff Payne coming on for number 8, Matt Kozel. So that'll be the day for Matt Kozel again. Scored Stockade's second goal off of a penalty kick. Corey Phillips with the first one. Score right now is 2-1 Stockade in the 26th minute. The visitors, Seacoast United Phantoms, playing 2 men down. And no substitutions, so as has been mentioned throughout, this something that Stockade really should look to get the win here and force the action on the visitors. Seacoast plays it out wide to the left. Making their way up the pitch. I mean, say what you will about the visitors being 2 men down. They have shown some decent ability on the ball and have obviously gotten into a few threatening positions at this point. Stockade's going to have to be careful and make sure that they, as much as they're going to want to put some goals on, they're really not going to want to get beat again. I think it's sort of tough for a team to excuse themselves to get scored on, you know, when you're 2 men up. It's Jeff Payne to Anasta. Payne making a run forward from center back. Back to Anasta. Von Egypt covering at left back. Now pushes back up to left midfield. Phil Barrett with the ball. Swings it out to Jamal Simmons, captain. Out to Joe Bogart. Looks for Tropiano, showing some nice speed there. Well played by the goalkeeper to collect that one, but again, some decent work by Stockade. You can see that they're really trying to give Tropiano some room to operate. He's a pretty fast player out there wide on the right side. Barrett collects it, has plenty of room. Finds Dylan Williams. Plays a nice ball out left to Nick Von Egypt. Finds Phillips, plays it back to Payne. Looks to play a ball over the top. Tropiano not making the run. Goal kick to Seacoast United Phantoms. Score in the 29th minute, Stockade FC 2, Seacoast United 1. Tropiano with the header. Phillips is there, finds Dylan Williams. Finds Anasta. Nick Von Egypt collects the ball, has a breakaway. Can't quite beat the keeper. Nice kick save from the goalie. Plays it back to the keeper, clears it. Barrett's going to look to defend. Payne has it. Off of Seacoast United. Stockade throw in. Payne, bit long for Michael Creswick. Creswick closes him down, well defended. Seacoast swings it. Little bit of room out there. Another drag back. Looking for a ball over the top. Goalkeeper. Sorry, that's David Giddings in net today. Stockade admittedly looking a little bit disjointed early on. I think it's hard to really put that pressure on yourself to play your sharpest, most crisp soccer when you're 2 men up. It's easy to get a little bit complacent because you generally do have time on the ball and don't feel the pressure to execute as quickly as you might normally. And I think you're seeing a little bit of that. Just a few sloppy passes, a few sloppy touches that is a little bit uncharacteristic of this team. They're normally, I mean, say what you will about them, but they approach every 50-50 ball, every pass with a high level of focus and intensity, and seems they're meandering a little bit today, but again, that's not to take away from the fact that they do have a 2-1 lead at this point. Bogart plays it to Tropiano. Finds Dylan Williams, has some space to turn, goes out wide. Crosses it. Creswick. Well played from Stockade. Creswick couldn't quite get there. You could see what he was trying to do. Just redirected to the far post, but wound up pushing it a little bit wide. But again, a decent effort from the home side. Just looking at the standings at this point. Stockade is actually currently 3 points behind Seacoast United, so this would be a, or I'm sorry, 1 point behind Seacoast United. So this would be a good win for the home side to maybe move up a spot or two in the table in the Atlantic Conference of the NPSL. Stockade currently in 7th place out of 9 teams, Seacoast in 6th. Stockade on the season with 3 wins, 6 losses, and 2 draws. And Seacoast with 3 wins, 5 losses, and 3 draws. Tropiano has it out wide. Creswick finds him. Seacoast collects it. Williams is there to stop it. Tropiano plays it to Creswick. Nice through ball from Creswick. Throw into Stockade. Bogart coming up to take it. Actually, Tropiano takes it, finds Bogart. Williams has it. Blocked by the Seacoast defender. Bogart has it. Tries to play it in, but can't quite get it over the defense. Payne with the foul in the middle of the pitch. Foul's number 16 of Seacoast. Vincent Gonzalez, the goal scorer early on. Again, the Seacoast goal was actually pretty nice, even though they certainly caught the Stockade defense napping. It was some tricky footwork right off of the kickoff and then flicked through to Gonzalez, who slotted it home past Giddings. Bogart with a header. Anasta finds Tropiano. Has some room out wide on the right. Holds it up. Looks for Bogart. He shouldn't. That's a dangerous ball back. Giddings is there, but Stockade again looking a little bit sloppy. Phillips has it though. Plays it to Creswick. Goalkeeper's out. Anasta's there. Oh, that has to be a penalty. Wow, my goodness. That was, I don't know that on the tackle there, they got too much ball. That was, looked like Anasta was pretty clearly taken down in the penalty area. And not a good sign for Stockade again. This, Anasta's down, the trainer's being waved on. So at this point, that would be 3 players going down to injury. 3 key players for Stockade. Matt Kozel, Eric Fortier already subbed off. And now Mattel Monty Anasta down on the pitch after a hard tackle from Seacoast United. Anasta goes by the moniker DJ Monty online, is actually a talented DJ. Has DJ'd a couple of warm-ups for the Stockade and a couple of other events. Looks like he's going to be okay, though. He's walking this one off. He's going to have to come off the pitch for a little bit, but hopefully can stay on. Stockade gamely gives the ball back to Seacoast. Goalkeeper collects it. Goalkeeper with the wayward drop kick goes harmlessly out of bounds. Left side, Stockade has it. Dylan Williams has it in the middle of the pitch. Plays it out wide to Von Egypt. Plays it over the top to Creswick. One times it. Phillips can't quite get there. It's a lovely one-timer from Creswick. Forced a save from the keeper from a really tough angle. That's what Creswick brings to the table. He's the team's leading goal scorer. Williams has it. He's going to look to hook it in. Good clearance by a Seacoast defender. That really looked like it could have been a threatening shot right there from Williams. This will be a corner kick for Stockade. Stockade with the corner. Sorry, just shamelessly posting the link to the live broadcast to any followers that I have on social media. Williams with the corner. Plays a high one to the far post. Phillips to Von Egypt. Can't quite put it on net. Decent combination there from the home side, who are leading 2-1 in the 38th minute. Barrett with plenty of space, collects it, plays it out wide to Von Egypt. Jeff Payne has it on the left. Over the top, Tropiano can't quite get there. There was some mid-air contact there, but I don't think the ref is going to call that one. That's incidental contact on the part of the visiting side. So goal kick to Seacoast. Gonzalez collects it for the visitors. Decent hold up. Seacoast plays it out wide to the left. Flicked over to David Giddings, is able to collect it for the home side. Jamal Simmons out to Joseph Bogart. Finds Creswick, who's drifted out wide. Harmlessly back to the Seacoast goalkeeper. Barrett heads it up. Giddings should be able to collect no problem. Seacoast is playing two men down in case you just joined us, which could ideally should make it a long afternoon for the visitors. Gonzalez, the goal scorer for Seacoast, is pretty much the lone striker up top, but has gotten into some dangerous positions. That was another one where if he was able to collect it, could have threatened there, but Nothing comes of it. Williams has it. Liz Simmons pushing forward. Bogart. Back to Simmons. Creswick. Holds it up. Jeff Payne out on the left. Tropiano. Dylan Williams. Swings it wide to Bogart. Seacoast closed down, clears it. Anasta. Tries to thread it through, but Seacoast stops it. Giddings collects it for the home side. Throws it out wide to Jeff Payne on the left. Payne has plenty of options. Tries to go over the top to Tropiano. Nice outside of the boot flick to Corey Phillips. Seacoast defends it. Phillips collects it. Dangerous area. Looks for the cross. Tropiano. Von Egypt shut down. Nice save from the Seacoast goalkeeper. Stockade almost goes up 3-1 there. Jeff Payne tries to serve up a dipping volley there, but goes wide. United coach applauds his players. Has to be pleased with the effort so far. Even getting a goal on the road when you're 2 men down for the entire match is a small victory in and of itself. Goal kick drifts out wide to the left. Stockade has it. Simmons to Williams. Out wide to Jeff Payne. Payne with the wayward pass. Seacoast collects it. Finds space to turn. Plays it out wide to the left. Gonzalez, the goal scorer for Seacoast. That's a foul on Barrett. Seacoast with a free kick in what is a dangerous spot. Kind of that sweet spot where you want it, just about 10 yards from the top of the box, which gives you room to get it up and down over the wall. Let's see if Gonzalez, the goal scorer, takes it. Gonzalez and Emmanuel Gulavogi Smith are the 2 players over the ball. Looks like Smith is a lefty, Gonzalez a righty, which both lined up. We'll leave goalkeeper David Giddings guessing on which way this is going to go. 5 in the wall for Stockade. Gonzalez takes it, strikes it low, harmlessly off of the boot of Corey Phillips. I'm sure that's not what number 16 for the visitors wanted. Stockade looking to counter. Creswick sent out wide left, has some room. Pass was a bit heavy though, goes out of bounds, so Seacoast with the throw in. It's 2-1 in the 44th minute. Anasta blocks it. We've got Creswick if they can find him. There he is. Steps on the ball. Von Egypt. Tropiano out wide. Again, using his nice back heel to Von Egypt. Decent work there from Stockade, but the cross wasn't exactly what they needed. Chested by Bogart, back up the pitch to Tropiano, tracks back. It's clipped by the Seacoast defender, but ref decides to play on. Tropiano's still down. Let's hope this isn't a fourth injury on the day for Stockade, or sorry, third. Von Egypt. Oh, decent attempt from wide left. Actually struck the crossbar of the American football uprights, not the woodwork of the goal. It'll be a goal kick for Seacoast United. We are into added time in the first half. Bogart collects it for Stockade. Barrett out wide to Payne. See if Stockade can put something together in the closing minutes of the first half. Von Egypt out left. Crossed. Corey Phillips with a shot. Seacoast goalkeeper's there. Tropiano plays it back in. Von Egypt lurking. Headed to out for a throw-in for Stockade. Another chance for the home side. We're up 2-1 right now. Atelanasta has it. Plays it. Goalkeeper collects it. Pretty harmless ball. Played decent clearance there. Oh, Gonzalez. Goodness, again. Stockade is basically defending a lone striker up top. And these balls over the top that are being served up are not being handled, admittedly, too well by the Stockade defense. Vincent Gonzalez with a goal on the day already. The lone striker has almost bagged another one there. It's really not what you want to see when you're 2 men up. You, at the very least, would just like to really keep them from threatening at all. Looks like the referee has blown for halftime. Score at the half is 2-1 Stockade. Goal scorers are Corey Phillips, Matt Kozel. Unfortunately, Matt Kozel and Eric Fortier had to be subbed off with injuries. Stockade already making 2 early substitutions. And in case you joined late, Seacoast United is actually playing 2 men down.
That's
so
2-1 Stockade at the half.
the second half
During halftime,
should be interesting to see how the road side really responds to not having the
Rockets U9 boys, Kingston
the manpower that they need. But a solid effort by the road side either way.
from a lot of local youth teams, including Women's Revolution U12 boys. If you lost a Samsung phone, we found a phone out on the grass. If you think that's yours, come up to the press box and claim it. Again, if you're missing a Samsung phone, please come up to the press box. Official attendance today is 509 people. Don't forget, we'll see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. right here for our next home match.
Welcome back. We are moments away from the restart. Kingston Stockade FC leading Seacoast United Phantoms as we head into the second half, 2-1. Goals from Corey Phillips and Matt Kozel. Kozel being subbed off in the first half due to injury, along with Eric Fortier. And again, in case you joined us late, I've been mentioning this throughout, but it's obviously pretty relevant. Seacoast United Phantoms are playing and have started the game 2 men down. Obviously don't have any substitutions, so it's a bit of a shock that they put the 1 goal in. And you would think basically just trying to stave off a long afternoon being 2 men down, but have actually created a number of chances on their own, with Stockade being caught out more than a few times. So let's see if Stockade can get on the front foot and hopefully apply the pressure to put this match to bed pretty early. I think that's got to be the goal for the home side. Referee checks with both goalkeepers as well as his linesman. With a peep of the whistle, we are off. Dylan Williams with the ball. Out to Jeff Payne. Plays it long through to Michael Creswick. Oh, a beautiful, beautiful lofted header from Creswick over the top of the goalkeeper. Lovely goal, lovely ball from Jeff Payne as well to find him. That's exactly the start Stockade would want. They're now up 3-1 right at the start of the second half. Stockade goal, number 9, Michael Creswick. Stockade up 3-1, the 47th minute. And in case you are watching online, I'm going to do my best to keep track of the comments as well. Maybe read out a few of the better comments through the chat, and also respond to any questions you have. I'm going solo here, so it might be a little bit tough to track both, but I'm going to give it a shot. Especially if or when Stockade pulls ahead, being 2 men up, they'd really like to extend their lead. Bad clearance from Seacoast. Anasta plays it Von Egypt, blocked from Seacoast. Bogart plays it out wide to Anasta. He's able to keep it in bounds out wide on the right. Finds Dylan Williams, the dangerous Dylan Williams. Back over to Jeff Payne. Puts a shot on goal. Goalkeeper collects it. You're welcome, Mills 99. Seacoast has it wide out left. Referee whistles play on after a foul on Creswick. Williams can't quite collect it. Seacoast in the middle of the pitch. Nice 1-2 from the visitors. Tried to thread it through, but goalkeeper David Giddings collects. Quickly serves it out wide to Joseph Bogart. Aldo Tropiano has it with space. Tries to play it through, but deflected by Seacoast. Seacoast wide out right. The dependable Phil Barrett collects it. Moved over to center back since Matt Kozel came out due to injury. Mattel, DJ Monty, and Nasta plays it out wide left to Nick Von Egypt, who finds Creswick. Whistled offsides, however. Seacoast with the free kick. Seacoast with the first header. And the second. Goes wide to Bogart. Referee calling a foul on Stockade. About 30 yards from goal. One of the obvious advantages to playing on a field that has the American football markings is that you can pretty accurately judge how far a free kick is being taken from. So I'm going to say 29.5 yards right now. And I'd put money on that if you want. Anyway, Seacoast with a free kick. Could be a dangerous area. They've got about 3 men in the box. Goes harmlessly high and wide. Looks like he was trying to attempt a shot on goal, but not much came of it. No, the purple lines are not. The yellow lines further out are the throw-in lines. In response to Buck Tansey on YouTube. Michael Creswick wide out right. Tries to serve it into the middle, the low cross. Seacoast collects it. Tropiano plays it to Williams. Oh, beautiful through ball to, almost a beautiful through ball to Nick Von Egypt. Seacoast has it in the middle of the pitch. Again, Seacoast playing 2 men down on the day. Traveled south without a full complement of players. That's just going to be rough for anybody. They deserve some credit at least for putting one in the back of the net. You'd have to think that putting a second and a third would be an extremely tall order for the roadside, but hopefully Stockade doesn't let their guard down too much. Anasta plays it out wide to Bogart. Bogart has Tropiano, finds Tropiano, one times it in, but can't quite find Creswick. Vincent Gonzalez, the goal scorer for Seacoast, collects it. Plays it to Stanley Alves. Back to Alves. Out wide to Edmilson Barros. Goncalves plays it, but Payne heads it out, although isn't quite able to get it past Seacoast. Play it back on the right. Looks for a cross, but David Giddings is there to collect it. Immediately plays it out wide right to Tropiano. Looks like Kingston wants to at least toy with the idea of getting on the counter. But Williams holds it up. Bogart back to Williams. Stockade reassembles and swings the ball out left. Jeff Payne has it. Tries to play it over the top. Tropiano is there. Beats one defender. Can't quite get it past the second. Seacoast collects it. Carries it up left. Bogart closing down well. The ref not calling the foul. Potential for something there. Seacoast has it. Simmons defending. Alves has it on the left. Williams tracking him. Alves again in a dangerous area. Giddings with the kick save. Anasta with the nice outside of the boot push up to Tropiano. Stockade has it. Might want to look to get on the counter here. They've got numbers. Phillips out wide on the right. Looks to play it over the top. Von Egypt is there out on the left. Tries to back heel it back into the box, but doesn't find anybody. Seacoast collects it. Out wide to Vincent Gonzalez, the goal scorer for Seacoast United. Couple of step overs. Alves has it, but David Giddings gets there to collect it. Well done by number 12, the Stockade goalkeeper. Normally the backup, but getting a chance to start today. Tropiano has it out wide on the right. He's had plenty of space today. As you can imagine, with Seacoast being 2 men down, it's tough for them to really defend the full width of the field. Creswick has it out wide, looks for the cross. There's Nick Von Egypt, but flicked on. Defended pretty well by Seacoast. I'm now joined in the booth by Kingston Stockade FC chairperson, chairman, owner, Dennis Crowley. Dennis, how's it going today?
It's going great. Thanks for having me up in the booth.
No problem. Just don't.
Well, they're just teaching me how to use the mic here.
Well, you just generally want to speak into it. That's my best advice.
Randy, I've been keeping an eye on the Twitters, and it seems like your play-by-play is lighting up the internet.
Thank you, Dennis. I'm just trying to put a shift in. Nick Von Egypt subbed off for Paulino Corto. Or sorry, that's Daniel Cortez. Bogart to Stockade substitution, number 26, Daniel Cortez on for number 10, Nick Von Egypt. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm doubling up as the PA announcer here as well. So
It's okay. I've been doubling up as the water boy and the ticket taker as well.
well, speaking of ticket taking, what was the attendance for today, Dennis? I didn't have the exact figure.
Let me just check the counter that's in my back pocket. The official attendance for today was 509. Fantastic for us. This is, we got 2 more matches left at the end of the season. We got Brooklyn tomorrow, and then we have the Seacoast Mariners on July 3rd at home. We get 2 additional away games, so it's plenty of time left in the season. Things are looking good.
And, Brooklyn, Stockade fell to them early in the season in Brooklyn.
I wasn't at the game. You were there.
I was there. It was they're a solid side. Stockade, we hit traffic on the way down. They showed up extremely late and really didn't get much chance to warm up. So hopefully tomorrow, they shouldn't be too taxed today based on playing 2 men up, although the injuries to Matt Kozel and Eric Fortier aren't in no way can be seen as positives. That's
it does look
2
like they're
tough
saving
players.
a little bit for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's probably the smart thing to do. So we didn't have the Trailways bus out here today, unfortunately.
No, it's a lot of fun to ride that around last weekend. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll see it tomorrow. Maybe we'll see it next week. Oh, here we go.
Daniel Cortez out wide on the left. Corey Phillips plays it to Creswick. Creswick puts it over the top. About the Trailways bus, Trailways being the front of kit and key sponsor for Stockade FC. I'm speaking in reference to, and you can go to the Stockade Facebook page to check this out, I believe. There's some video footage of the club owner doing laps in a tiny, I guess I would describe it as kind of a bus/go-kart hybrid that, yeah, Dennis is speeding around the track being chased by little kids.
Machine with the bus chassis.
It's kind of like Speed meets, it looked like, Keanu Reeves playing Santa Claus with all those kids that were running behind you. It was a pretty entertaining afternoon. A little disappointed it's not here today, but. Oh, foul. Paulino Corto.
Crowd's getting into it.
Crowd is getting into it. Pretty good spot for Stockade. About 32 yards out. 33 yards out, 33 and a half. Dennis has been pulled away to the radio. Dylan Williams has it. Low shot. Stockade had a lot of space there. Unfortunately, couldn't take advantage of that quick restart. Again, if you just joined us, Seacoast United is playing 2 men down. We're in the 56th minute.
59th minute, Randy.
Oh, it just bumped up? 60th minute. Creswick has the ball, has Cortez. Collected by Seacoast, they stop it. Might look to get on the counter here. Try and play a long ball again, but Vincent Gonzalez unable to penetrate the Stockade defense. Stockade collects it. Jamal Liss Simmons, captain, has it, plays it out wide left to Jeff Payne. Payne up to Cortez. Into Creswick. Finds Cortez again out wide left. Pulls up. The in-swinging cross drifts wide. And Asta unable to get there. So, Dennis, I don't suppose you spoke with anyone with Seacoast in terms of why they are 2 men down today?
I haven't. The only person I had contact with was the coach, and just quick little meet and greet, but I'd like to ask them after the game.
Yeah, it's
in this league, it's difficult. A lot of times with amateur teams, unpaid players to fully field a team all of the time, but this is the first time that we've seen a team not be able to field the full squad.
Yeah, I mean, 2 men down. Anyway, sorry, ball over the goal line for a goal kick for Seacoast. It is a challenge. I mean, the thing you need to keep in mind with this league is that players generally aren't paid, I guess would be safe to say, although you can pay if you want to, but not paid exorbitant amounts, obviously. And they all have day jobs, other commitments, so.
I think the other thing you're seeing is towards the end of the season, the rosters are pretty tight, and we're starting to see people get injured, see people get a little bit mentally and physically burnt out. So it's unfortunate they're able to have a couple extra folks with them, but you can almost see how it happens.
Yeah, and especially if you're relying on college players as well, it's something that, it isn't obviously college season yet, but towards the end of the season, you could lose players if they have to go back to their programs early.
It's actually one of the reasons that the season is slanted towards the early part of the summer. Yeah, it looks like, Randy, you found one of the fanzines that we had a fan make and put on the dashboard of cars in the cars in the parking lot.
Really quickly, just want to answer one YouTube question. Buck, the Stockade players are not paid. Yeah, this is pretty exciting. It looks like there is now an unofficial fanzine for Kingston Stockade FC. It's called The Fence Post. And this is really, the style of it harkens back to the classic kind of punk rock fanzines of the 80s and 90s. Oh, I didn't even see that. There it is. The picture of Dennis in the front next to
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne singing Mr. Crowley. And a scary-looking person to his right. But this is tremendous. I think you should try and get your hands on one of these. This is a really great publication already.
I will scan it in and put it on the Facebook page.
There you go. Seacoast has it wide out right. Creswick defending deep is able to collect and clear. Corey Phillips, nice move there. He's got the ball, looks for an overlapping Paulino Corto. Oh, just run over. My goodness, no call there, even though Corto was run over from behind. Fans are understandably a bit outraged, and I don't think that's homerism. That's quite an interesting non-call by the ref. But anyway, Seacoast leading 3-1. It looks like there's Stockade leading 3-1. It looks like there is a Seacoast player down in the penalty area. The person that ran over Paulino Corto looks to have taken the brunt of it. This is really not good news for Seacoast. The trainer's called out. Looks like he's kind of holding his shoulder. This, in case you joined late, Seacoast is already, they started the match 2 men down. This would put them down to 3, which at that point, that's getting close to a forfeit. I don't.
What are the league rules on that? Do you know?
I would imagine that if you can't field 8, you can't play. But Michael Milberger, if you're still there, saw you in the YouTube comments earlier. Please feel free to do a little online research. And
the announcer's equivalent of phone a friend.
It's, we've got a strong just Stockade community, and there's no harm in leaning on the supporters at times like this to see if we can just kind of band together and dig in and get some answers. So again, if
YouTube comments are ablaze about the foul, that was not a call to foul.
Andrea Kahn, one of the announcers from the last 2 matches, who did a tremendous job with her husband, Will Coons, works for MLS, is outraged by the non-call, saying that Corto got mugged. And Andrea, I am not going to disagree with you. That was a mugging in Uptown Kingston.
It is muggy up here. It's muggy up in this press box.
It's muggy up here too. I'm sweating.
Perhaps the management will spring for air conditioning next season.
I think we should, it kind of adds to the atmosphere. I think I feel like I'm one of the players out on the pitch, to be honest.
Have you been out on the pitch? If you go out there in halftime, one of these games where it's 90 degrees here, gosh, it feels 10 to 15 degrees hotter on the turf.
Yeah, that's the thing. The plastic stuff heats up pretty well. I think last week we had 2 players go down to blisters acquired mid-match. Corto looking for redemption, or a payback, I should say. Gets it wide out right, but Seacoast defends. Anasta there to defend. Nice touch there. First touch, second touch, not as good. Dylan Williams, though, is able to get the wraparound tackle, play it out of bounds, so Seacoast has the throw in on the left. So, Dennis, the match tomorrow at 5 p.m. was moved from 7 p.m., correct?
That's right, yeah. So it'll be 5 p.m., be later in the afternoon, a little cooler on the field for the players, for the fans. I'm expecting the attendance to be pretty high, too.
Call this, Dennis. Creswick has it wide out right. Oh, sorry. Well, it's 3 points right there. And next season, I don't want to get ahead of things, but, with the scheduling this season, we look towards, weekend afternoons. It's way off in the distance, but do you think you would change anything with the scheduling for next season?
I try to make most of the games at night. Do 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think it's originally we tried to plan the games around a lot of the businesses being open and the farmers market here in Kingston, but it seems to conflict with a lot of youth soccer schedules, especially travel soccer schedules. A lot of the attendance is youth players, which I think is great. Here we go, Corey. No,
I don't think he was. But anyway, keep going. No, I'm serious. Look, the comments are not lighting up at all, but just keep talking. I think it's good for them to hear about, what the plan is for next season with scheduling. I think you're right. We expected it to be kind of a match day experience, and thinking about what the youth connection is.
I think we'll get that match day experience, people marching to the match, the tailgating. I think that will come in the second season. Yeah. I think what's tough is that these 2 o'clock games, the heat is, it's just a lot hotter here than we expected it to be. I think it's on the track, on the turf. There's not a lot of shade here, so we'll fix that for next season.
Well, it's all right. The local fan response has been absolutely tremendous. Usually getting over 800 per match. Today with a little over 500. It was interesting ricochet there. But, I'll be honest, if local fans were going to pick a match to miss, it's probably the one where the roadside shows up with only 9 players.
Well, I think tomorrow will be a big one. I think people know the Italians. They know the name. I know the team's been around for a long time.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. We will have a Stockade substitution.
Anthony?
I believe so. He's not. Seacoast with the free kick out wide to the left. A decent ball. Well defended by Creswick. Nice sliding clearance there. Courteau plays it to Anasta, who collects it. He's got some space wide out left. Looks for Corey Phillips. Can't quite find him. Seacoast steps in, intercepts. Phil Barrett with a nice interception there. Really, he's been quite a find for Stockade this season. I think he's been one of the better defenders. Really reliable, physical presence back there that just...
We didn't pick him up until 4 or 5 games into the season.
Yeah, and he's really been a little bit of a revelation for the team. Courteau has the ball wide out right. Plays a slow roller into Anthony Baroni, but he cannot put it in. Seacoast goalie has had a decent afternoon, to be honest. He's had quite a few saves, and now it looks like he has hurt himself. With playing 2 men down with the break in play, we've got at least 3 Seacoast players taking seats on the pitch.
This puts them in a tough position because they don't have anyone on the bench, never mind a keeper in reserve.
No. So the trainers are being called out. The keeper is down on the pitch. Oh, okay. Well, we've got 2 comments from Michael Milberger. He mentions that according to FIFA rules, a minimum of 7 players are required. So even if the goalkeeper does go out, it looks as though play could continue. And then Milberger also asked us a question: who has been the most underrated player on Stockade this season? Dennis, I'll let you kind of give your pick first, if you don't mind. I'll go first then.
Randy Kim is the play-by-play announcer, perhaps.
I mean, underrated's a tough one. I think, in the defense, Jamal Simmons is very visible in terms of being captain. The player to me that I don't believe he's scored yet this season, but Dylan Williams in the middle of the pitch is just someone that week in and week out is one of those players that I mentioned earlier in the webcast, really able to link up play and carry the ball a good 30, 40 yards at a time, beats people off the dribble, and just shows a level of skill that, in this league is pretty hard to come by. He's a great talent, a great local talent who comes from Monroe, New York, and played at SUNY Oneonta. Just a joy to watch, and I think one of those guys that if you really appreciate someone who can do something with the ball, he's a player that you like to see out there on the pitch for Stockade.
Keeper's up.
Keeper is up. Nice round of applause from the Stockade fans.
I was going to go with Jamal, by the way.
Jamal's the fair choice. Andrea Kahn in the YouTube comments gives a shout out to Phil Barrett. Phil, one of the more, photogenic players in the league, I would say. That swept back blonde hair and just really looks the part of professional soccer player. I'm going to stop with that, but
we the comments to roll in.
Yeah, sorry, keep them coming. We've got a lot of handsome players on Stockade, but Phil is one that could wear the 10 shirt in that sense, if we're being honest. Anyway, play resumes. Creswick collects the ball. Looks to play Cortez through, but trickles out of bounds. Dennis, you were going to say Jamal Simmons was your pick for underrated player this season.
Well, it's one thing to see all the action that's going on in the field. It's the other thing to stick your head in the huddles and be there at the team meetings and to see the way that Jamal carries the team and really steps up in his leadership role as captain. And in this league where it's tough to get everyone here all the time and really grueling schedule, I think he's done a great job keeping the team together and keeping everyone motivated.
Dennis has been called away on business. Vincent Gonzalez collects the ball. Already has 1 goal on the day. Tries to beat the Kingston defense, but Phil Barrett able to clear it. Dylan Williams collects it. Plays it over the top to Scott Zobre. Zobre tries to find Anthony Baroni, but can't quite get the ball there. But a nice little sequence from Stockade. Dennis, you were talking about Jamal Liss Simmons as a leader on the team.
Yeah. Let's see what unfolds here.
Oh. Well collected by David Giddings.
It's one thing to see what's going on the pitch. It's the other thing to see what's see how these guys work off the pitch and see how the leadership carries through off field as well. And I think a lot of the fans don't get to see that, but Jamal's been an incredibly strong leader for the team.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that leads by example. You see a full effort every week and just really puts a shift in every week. Jeff Payne has it wide out right. Plays it back to Dylan Williams. Captain Jamal Liss Simmons now has the ball. Yeah, actually, the next weekend, over July 4th weekend, is the last home game of the season. Responding to the YouTube comments.
Sorry, I had to step away. The chairman had to make sure that the pizza for the opposing team was paid for.
It's that's a little bit of insight into the world of 4th Division soccer. It's you're responsible for meals for the visiting team, changing room, things of that nature. It's stuff that you wouldn't think of. Michael Creswick has it, tries to find Baroni, but can't quite get there, although Seacoast can't clear it. Now they're able to. So there's some questions in the YouTube comments. Next weekend being the last home match, will there be anything in terms of fan appreciation? And if not, why not?
I'm interested for people's ideas for a fan appreciation night. Throw them into the YouTube comments. I'd love to hear what you have.
So, as you heard, get in there, put the owner's feet to the fire, and see if we can get something out of Fan Appreciation Night next weekend. Back to the action.
Like the fans want to ride the mini Trailways bus, which I don't think it's logistically possible.
Why not?
It's not an amusement park, Randy.
Well, anyway, I'll work on that one. The drop kick goes wide out left. Stockade has it. Scott Zobre plays it to Paulino Corto. Nice wraparound.
Gosh, I'd love to see us get another one here.
Dylan Williams out wide to Anasta. Anasta wide out left, puts in a clearance. Can't get it over the Seacoast defender, keeps it in bounds. Nice clearance. Oh, sorry, drifted over the goal line. So goal kick for Seacoast United. And then we have Brooklyn Italians tomorrow. And the match after that is July 3rd. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's Seacoast Mariners. I believe it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was telling the staff, we've had an amazing staff of volunteers that shows up really every single game to help man the tickets and the setup and the merchandise booth. I was telling them today, hey, this is the last really hot 2 o'clock game. We got 5 o'clock tomorrow, then 4 o'clock on the 3rd.
Yeah, although it's actually not too bad today. I mean, I think we've definitely had
the guy in the press box.
In the sweaty press box. No, I mean, if you look at the fans, they look to be, kind of, there aren't quite as many that are seeking shelter from the sun on the hill. I think the sun isn't quite as strong today.
It's humid, though.
Yeah, it is humid. Dennis's father, Dennis Big Dig Crowley, is making his way down on the lower level. He's been a pretty selfless volunteer this season, providing a bit of muscle in the ticket line to make sure that no hooligans or anyone sneaks in. He's done a great job this season, so thank you, Big Dig.
It's over there annoying the fans right now.
Roughing someone up. Seacoast throw in on the left. In case you joined late, the visitors, Seacoast United Phantoms, have played the entire match 2 men down, which, to put it mildly, really has impacted the style of play today. I think Seacoast has, for the most part, just tried to defend, while Stockade has been, if we're being honest, a little bit lackluster, which isn't surprising given that you're going to let your guard down a little when you're playing a team that is 2 men down from the get-go. As we see now, Seacoast has the ball out wide, but unfortunately can't control it. It goes over the line, and Stockade has the throw-in.
At the 79th minute, by the way.
Zobre finds Dylan Williams, plays it out to Metellanasta. Daniel Cortez plays it over the top, but
Too much.
a little too much. Zobre can't quite get there. From what I've been told by Nick and Dan Hoffe, Scott Zobre is actually arguably the fastest player on the team. We haven't really had a chance to see him. He hurt himself before the season even started, so we haven't had a chance to see him put that speed to use.
This is the first game we've seen him on the roster.
Which is really exciting for us. He gives, especially with all the injuries that we've had lately, I think just have another option who can do something going forward is always good for a team.
Interesting question from Will on the YouTube. The relationship between the Phantoms and the Mariners. They're both Seacoast teams. I don't think one is above the other. I think they're just 2 different teams. One's from New Hampshire, one's from Maine.
And they just share a name?
I think they share a similar ownership group, maybe a development academy.
Gotcha.
They're pretty close to each other. It seems like they're about an hour and a half away.
Okay.
The home fields are. We had an away game versus both of them. We doubled up and did both games in one weekend. Easier on the traveling.
Yeah, that's another thing to take into consideration. Given that budgets are, can be pretty tight in this league, these road trips can be taxing on any number of levels, whether it's lodging, paying for buses, paying for food. Anthony Baroni scores a goal for Stockade.
Yeah, from up here. That was a tough one to see go in.
A nice slow roller over the line. Stockade goal, number 6, Anthony Baroni. Is there any relation to NPSL Commissioner Joe Baroni?
I don't know. I think Joe might see Joe tomorrow, as he's affiliated with the Brooklyn Italians. We'll have to ask him.
Seacoast threatening off the reset. Jeff Payne defends. Zobre has it wide out right. Plays it out wide to Corto. Finds an overlapping Jeff Payne. Blocked out of bounds by Seacoast. Throw in for Stockade. Be careful. And out of bounds, Stockade can't control it. It's a throw in for Seacoast. We're in the 83rd minute. It's now Kingston Stockade FC 4, Seacoast United Phantoms 1. Stockade should be able to ride this one out to a victory. Again, Seacoast down 2 men, have played the whole match down 2 men. It really makes it one that Stockade should win with style, and it looks like they're going to be able to put this one to bed. As Barrett rides it out of bounds. Goal kick to Stockade. Well, this is very exciting. We actually apparently have a viewer from Newcastle, a Lashandy. Thank you very much for the comment, and thank you very much for tuning in. As you might know, and maybe this is why you're watching, arguably, one of our better performers this season, number 9, Michael Creswick, hails from Newcastle. Has had a tremendous season for us, was named NPSL Player of the Week a few weeks ago, and has really just shown up every week and just done a great job, and really speaks, or I should say represents soccer in the Tyne Wear region quite well. Here he is. He has the ball. Left-footed shot, just over the top. One times it. Brandon Brown, yes, Newcastle did have a tough season this year. But let's see if Rafa Benitez can work his magic and get them back up top. I think that there's a lot to look forward to if you are a Magpie going forward. Or more than some other clubs. I'm actually a Fulham supporter, which has led to some pretty lean, if not hopeless seasons the last few years. I think Newcastle can be seen to be in a very different situation from them. But anyway, Stockade, Dylan Williams to Baroni, out to Jeff Payne, the hirsute Jeff Payne. Dylan Williams tries to thread it through to Scott Zobre. But Seacoast is carrying it forward. Long ball. Unfortunately, it looks like Seacoast is a bit taxed. Striker Vincent Gonzalez really unable to even make a run onto the ball, which is understandable given that Seacoast is 2 men down already. Yes, this 4-1 lead is not a dangerous lead at all. It's, I'd say, the epitome of a safe lead right now, Andrea. Oh, lovely ball. Actually, a decent save from the Seacoast goalkeeper. That could have been a bit of a mess, but he was able to keep it out from the Seacoast goal and keep it from a 5-1 lead. Plays it up top. Creswick, oh my goodness, goes for a long one. Trying to do his best. Charlie Adam from close to midfield. At this point, what you're seeing, unfortunately, is a Seacoast side that understandably looks to be a bit lethargic, a bit downtrodden. When you enter into a match 2 men down, and despite an early glimmer of hope, they tied it up at 1-1 around the 17th minute. Since then, it's pretty much been all Stockade. And now it looks like both sides are just riding this one out for the final minutes. We're in the 87th minute. I can't imagine the ref is going to tack too much extra time on, but we'll just have to wait and see. Atelanasta has it, plays it out to Cortez on the left. Holds it up, finds Baroni. Creswick has it, puts a shot on. Finds the back of the net. Another clinical long-range finish from Michael Creswick from a good 23 yards out. Lashandy, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that one was for you and all the people of Newcastle. Stockade goal, number 9, Michael Creswick. Just a really well-struck, well-placed finish. Creswick showing why he's really emerged as one of the class forwards in the division this season. Fortunately, I don't have stats on how many that is. I believe it's his 6th or 7th goal on the season. Given that the team has only played 12 matches, or this being the 12th match, that's That's a high rate of return for any forward or any player on any level. It's been a really sterling first season for Michael Creswick. And he, just great to have him in the area. He coaches some local youth teams, just married a local girl as well. Really just a success story for both the club and the player all around. We're extremely excited to have him with the team. Yeah, Will, unfortunately, I'm not sure how many goals Creswick has on the season. According to the YouTube comments, I want to say that's 7, but we'll get verification later on. Just a hippie, you're correct. Michael Creswick is very much on fire, and the Seacoast defense is just sitting back at this point. It's have to feel a little bit badly for them just being undermanned like this. They've actually put forth a decent effort, and have just to even create a few chances and get a goal is something that really they should hold their heads up a little bit at the end of the day. They didn't just mail it in, but right now there's not too much for them to play for. Oh, Cortez with some lovely little rollovers there. Out to Baroni, Jeff Payne. Over to Paulino Corto. Outside of the boot to Anasta. We are now in the 90th minute. Dylan Williams has it. Creswick, a little drag back. Creswick finds a third on the day. Beats 2 defenders and then again places it well in the upper 90. Lovely goal from Michael Creswick. Stockade goal, number 9, Michael Creswick. It's a lovely way to cap the day for Stockade. Early on, it looked like they were a bit lethargic, a bit jittery, but the ref doesn't even go into extra time. He blows the whistle at the turn of the 90th minute. Final score on the day, Kingston Stockade 6, Seacoast United 1. The goal scorers for Stockade, Corey Phillips with 1, Matt Kozel with 1, Anthony Baroni with 1, and Michael Creswick with the hat trick. 3 goals on the day.
Stockade's next home match is tomorrow, Sunday, June 26th at 5 p.m. right here at Dietz Stadium, where they'll be going head-to-head once
A reminder
again with
that
the Brooklyn
Stockade
Italians.
takes the pitch tomorrow here at Dietz Stadium at 5 p.m. hosting Brooklyn Italians. Brooklyn, a team that beat Stockade earlier in the season. Stockade is going to look to try and get a little bit of revenge for that early season loss. Was able to kind of ease up a bit today, hopefully rest some players, although we saw Eric Fortier and Matt Kozel sub out due to injury. Still, overall, you can't really complain with the performance. When you play 2 men up for the entire match, you're supposed to be able to put it away, and that's exactly what Stockade did, putting 6 past the visitors and just really comfortably running away with this one. So at this point, we'd just like to say thank you to all the YouTube commenters and everyone watching online. We really appreciate the support, the comments. It makes for a livelier broadcast. Hopefully tomorrow we can jump into the comments a little bit earlier. And thank you to the fans for showing up. And congratulations to Stockade on a big 6-1 win. This makes Stockade, puts them with 4 wins, 6 losses, and 2 draws on the season. Their goal differential now is actually plus 2. They have 14 points through 12 matches. So thank you again for tuning in. Be sure to come back tomorrow, 5 p.m. We will start the webcast on YouTube back up, and we'll share the link via Facebook and Twitter. Until then,